This puzzle's grid represents a tennis court, with heavy lines demarcating its sections rather than the beginning and ends of entries. Clue answers should be entered without regard to bars, starting in the designated squares. This is a hex puzzle. Each section contains one square whose across and down letters are different. The letter pairs form a sort of connect the dot sequence that bounces back and forth across the net, the shaded central columns, starting with the leftmost pair. Remove one letter from the down entry in this case, but it may be either thereafter, and circle its duplicates among the right side's pairs. Remove the other letter from the second pair and circle the double on the left. There may be more than one double, but only one is correct. Continue in this manner until 10 letters have been removed and 10 circled. Start with the leftmost circled letter and repeat the bouncing trail to form an appropriate 2-word phrase. To complete the puzzle, write that phrase in the shaded column. Answers include 9 capitalised words. So basically, we've been told that there's going to be some disagreements, one in each section. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's nothing in here. There's going to be one across and one down that there's a conflict. Aside from that, we just enter them as directed, across or down. Ignore the lines, they're just demarking the tennis thing. And then we do some bouncy stuff later on that we can deal with later. Good evening, effrontery. Yes, basically yes. So, whoops, that I have zoomed in. I did not mean to zoom in. Let's take a look. Ah, that's a 2p coin. Let's take a look at the clues. Allow me to first go at all of them, yeah, watch me flail. Something played in court with round object outside whenever summer's close. So this was from June 2000, so it's obviously around the time of Wimbledon. Is Wimbledon June or July? It's got to be June. Yeah, it's got to be June. Something played in court with round object outside whenever summer's close. So whenever, anytime. So round object, probably a ball, maybe a sphere, but probably a ball. At least we do know where they go. This is true. Summer's close rather than summer's close, probably. So that is an R. So it's going to be ball around a 3-letter word for whenever. Whenever, anytime, now. Yeah. Is there a reason it's scrolled off? Yes, because I've zoomed in too far. There we go. Clues and answers are indeed all normal, basically. Oh yes, because there's no point really. It's just normal rules, basically. There'll be a couple of conflicts, but there's just so many rules. I've just got rid of them for now. We can deal with the bouncy bit later. I'm not getting AK, so I'm going to move on to AS. Seamstress. Put in netting for game. Seamstress. That's going to be a sewer. S-E-W-E-R. Put in netting. Mesh. For game. Baseball? Is it going to be baseball? It's going to be a sport or a game, so it might end ball. Caroline has AK. Katus has AS. I'm going to leave them for now. I'm going to go to BO. I've got BO. I haven't, actually. Low down humour. Is this one? Is this one just base? Because something low down is base, B-A-S-S in this base humour. I don't like that. Humour, wit, amusingness. Low down. If something's low down, it's low. It's below. It's deep. It's... Anyone got B-O? Right, that's a raid phrase in the making. Anyone got B-O? Right, that's a good start. Meredith, first letter, please. First letter, s'il vous plaise. Anyone got B-O? What, M. Humour. 4 letters beginning with M. Lowdown. Meek? No. Oh, the lowdown is like your info as well, isn't it? So I've got the knowledge, I've got the info. Next letter, please. Oh dear, it's just a double definition, isn't it? Humour. M-O. Oh. Yes. Mood. Good evening, Ali. I'm going to say yes, I'm winning, in that I've solved 1 clue. Good evening. We are solving a crossword that's going to be put into a tennis court. Moo is to low. Down can be represented by D, so you get mood. And your humour is your mood. Oh, he was in an ill humour. He was in an ill mood. So that goes in B-O, and it starts here. There we go. I'm assuming nothing is going to cross the net, because we're playing tennis. Thank you very much. Loafer, worn by a children's author. Loafer, worn by a children's author. So it's going to be a 4-letter children's author, isn't it? A loafer is a shoe. I need a 3-letter... Oh, it is a shoe, but it's also someone who is loafing, i.e. someone who is idling and not doing a lot. Of course, there's a Shakespeare character that doesn't do a lot. That is Irene Idler. Worn by A. So there's going to be A to do with it. Children's author. All I can think of is Dahl. It's not that. Seuss? No. Who's the 4 letters children author that you can think of, Meredith? I can only think of Dahl, but he's British. Oh, he isn't British, but he's a very British reference. So I don't think that... did I say Shakespeare? I meant Sherlock. Oh, no. I did mean Sherlock Holmes. It's a study in... No. Scandal in Bohemia she's in. Oh, dear no. I haven't had my nap today. I haven't had my nap. And do you know what? I may have to show you something. I got a Christmas present, funnily enough, at Christmas. Actually, it was in January, but that's the first time I met the person. It was my father. And we give each other gimmicky gifts, because I have no idea what else to get him. I don't know what to get him. He's excelled himself this year. He has bought me... to remove some of the hair from it, a stress sprout. It's a Brussels sprout stress ball that if you squeeze, turns from green to yellow. It's a stress sprout. I love my stress sprout. So maybe this crossword is going to test the limits of this stress sprout. Almost a broccoli. Does anyone get BW? Dear. Let's move to CK. Anyway, stress sprout. Behold the stress sprout. Oh, you've got it now. Hello. Now that hello. Now that I've moved on. Right. First letter, please. Hollow. I just love the fact that it's called a stress sprout. It's also a useful item. First letter of BW, please. You did, Meredith? You did, Meredith. First letter of BW, please. Is B. Okay, well, Meredith. A loafer is also... worn by a children's author beginning with B. Next letter, please. Oh, dear. Don't make me ban you, Sensei. Don't make me. I hope you had a safe journey home and that you are now lazing about at home, Sensei. B-A. There's your A. Next letter, please. A children's author beginning B-A. I don't know this. Baum? Oh, a loafer is a bum. Yes, this is true. Loafer is a bum. It's A is in the middle of it, and L. Frank. Was it Frank L. Baum or L. Frank Baum? I'm going to go L. Frank Baum. Wizard of Oz. Baum. So that goes in BW, and it's a cross. So yeah. 1 in 1,000 backing fad. 1 in 1,000 backing fad. A fad is a craze. Is it craze? Don't think it's a craze. I've got my stress sprout to hand. I thought, when I looked at it in the packaging, I thought it was just going to be a normal foam stress ball. No, it's sort of all squidgy and it makes a it's a lovely sound, isn't it? That's the stress sprout. Okay. First letter, please. I should probably concentrate on some of the clues. Brussels sprouts are lovely. Brussels sprouts are lovely. No, it's just the same one. Same one. M. One of that mania. So mania is a fad, a craze, a mania. Now, why is it that? 1 in 1,000. Oh, so 1 is A, in is in, A is A, and 1,000 is M. All reversed for the fad. Thank you very much. CK, that starts there. So we get mania here. Beside myself, cry out for compassion. Yep, got this one. Finally, this is the first clue that I've actually been able to solve. Yeah. Hey. I'm too distracted by the stress sprout. Let me put you over there. Okay, so I have this one. I have CS. Hollow has it. I'm giving you a few extra seconds. Go for it in the chat now. Go for it if you think you got it. Me, myself, and I. Myself is me. Cry out. Anagram of cry. Merci. And so that starts CS. So that's there. And goes there. DK. Donkey Kong. Mark English is a former top court figure. Mark English is a former top court figure. Who is Mark English? Is there an actual person called Mark English? Thank you. Thank you. I wrote it in what it was there, just absolute puppetry. Okay, so Mark could be a blot, a stain, smidge, something like that. English, could be a former ex top court figure. Maybe that's going to be like king, like a court card. So it might be a king, Jack, Queen, King, Ace, that sort of thing. Ex-king. Mark English was an American illustrator and painter born in Hubbard, Texas. Okay. One of the leading illustrators of publications from the 60s to the 90s. Okay. He's also a middle distance runner born in 2003, 3 years after the puzzle was... great foresight from Hex. Okay, so an illustrator, a drawer, illustrator, painter, a Texan. He did Time magazine covers and stuff like that. Okay, cool. Yes, the half-brother. Let's say half-brother of Johnny English. Probably more competent. But this is true, Poker. Yeah. I'm not spotting this. Does anyone have this one? First letter, please. Hollow. Don't make me... Stress sprout. So if you mark something, you embellish, you mark. Former top court figure. It could be a jester. Don't make me squeeze Miss Sprout. Next letter, please. I'm doing terribly at this today. No More Jockeys has a Wordle game? Oh my goodness. Bruh. Mark, you brown, you... If you mark something, you brush. Brushing. Next. You have to remember the right one. Brah! Hooray. Brand. Brandish. If you mark, you brandish something. So English is a former top court figure. Oh, okay. Mark. Brand. Maybe mark is just brand. English could be E. Oh, is this going to be like a former justice or a former Supreme Court judge or something like that? So if I had to guess, brandies like that. E for English and then is. Am I right there? Former Supreme Court Justice. There we go. Good. At least I was getting there once I was on the right track. So that's DK Donkey Kong. In it goes. DS. Prison Farm. Surrounded by groundwork. Yay for prison slang in advance. And I need to make that prison emojis. Emojis being what I call the singular of an emoji. Prison farm. Surrounded by groundwork. If you farm, you sow, you work the farm, you toil, you... Prison. I am not a genius. Actually, Sensei, I am technically a genius. I have taken an official Mensa test. And my IQ, at least when it was measured a good 10-15 years ago, was putting me in the top 1.5% to 2% of the UK. So that is good. It's probably gone downhill since then, but I was technically a genius about 10 or 15 years ago. So there we go. All it means is I'm good at IQ tests. It doesn't mean... you see how easily I get lost. But in the IQ definition of tests, I'm a genius. First letter, please, for DS. I think so, Sean. I think so. No one's got DS, so we're going to move on to EN. Tries to catch lengthy naps. Oh, yes, please. Yes, I love a good lengthy nap. No, I don't think they did. Okay, I've moved on. Tries to catch, like, flails, grabs, something like that. Lengthy, long naps, snoozes. If you try someone, you sue. What will be in the bottom right square? You can predict now. Do you think it's going to be a vowel, a consonant, a Y, or the Batman symbol? One of these days it is going to be the Batman symbol. One of these days. Tries. If to catch, nab. Tries, sues, judges. Good evening, Yomu. First letter, please, of EN. And I'm so sorry that I am having to ask for so many hints. I blame my lack of nap. See, I went to Reading today and I played some board games with a good friend in Reading. And as a consequence, no nap for Dan. D. Maybe if lengthy is L, if you try, you... No, it's dozes. Now, why is it... It's dozes. Lengthy could be oversized. No, no. It's dozes because that's naps. We're putting lengthy, which I was going to assume was OS for oversized. But then that's in des. And why is tries that? So it's... Is lengthy Z? Because if you try, you do. So it's does, D-O-E-S, to catch lengthy. Why is lengthy Z? Anyway, it's dozes, so that is E-N, 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 and that is... There. Oh, it is Neil Moo. It absolutely is. Very much enjoying Puzzle Boat 8. Very different theme, but the puzzles are just as good as ever. EV, enigmatic variations. Carried by mail service I assume. Carried by mail service, I assume. Oh, got it. EV I've got. There's already been like 3 puzzles that I want to give an award to at the end of the year, or whenever I finish it, because it probably won't be this year that we finish it. Already 3 fantastic puzzles that I want to give an award to. I'm only going to give out 6 or 7 at the end of the puzzle hunt. I'm going to be beside myself when I have to try and work out which ones I want to give it. Oh, but Foggy likes good themes, Hollow, and themes with many puzzles. There'd only be 6 puzzles in that in that thing, but it's themed around the Infinity Gauntlet and Marvel movies, and I have seen every single Marvel movie apart from Wakanda Forever. So yes, it's technically themed around stuff I've seen. Go for it, Caroline. What do you think this is? Carried by mail service. If you put it in the mail service, you could say you put it in the post. Good evening, Cryptic Sunday. It's not aisle, but it's post with an I in, so it's posit. How are you doing? I haven't tuned into you for a very long time, and I apologise. I do apologise. It's I in post for posit. So that is going to go EV. This is fair, but there are some excellent puzzles in there. I will not spoil anything. I will not say anything. FK I've got, lifting the feet. If you just joined me and you don't know what the rules of this puzzle are, basically we're putting stuff into a tennis grid. There will be 1 clash between the acrosses and downs in each of the main tennis court sections, and then shenanigans will happen after that. There's a long explanation that I can't be bothered to go over because we didn't quite understand it. But anyway, basically everything's normal. Nothing's happening with the clues, nothing except for a possible clash. Go for it. Go for it if you've got FK. It is weak. It is weak, but it works. It works. Lifting the feet. That is the feet is FT because you abbreviate it to FT, and it's theft, and that's the lifting of something is the theft of something. FK. There. Republican employs tricks. Yep, I've got this one. FS, here we go. Republican employs tricks. I've got this one. Lowdown was very tight in that respect. There's 10,000 coins on the square being a vowel. Bottom right. Right. Has anyone got FS aside from Meredith and Hollow? And good evening, Crossword Angel. Good evening to Hans. Okay, go for FS. Go for it, Hans. Go for it. Yes, let's see if just Hans can give it. Everyone could give it, but I'll give it. Yes, ruses. Good, you got there first. Winner is Hans. Republican is R. Uses is employs, and tricks are ruses. So there we go. G. Nitwit is nuts about snack. That guy. Nitwit is nuts about snack. That guy. So it's going to go here. That guy. Him. He. Nitwit is nuts. Is it just going to be an anagram of nitwit is? Because then nuts is an anagram indicator. But what's the snack doing? Snack. Nibble. Snack. A chip. Okay. I feel like nitwit has to be the definition here. So we're going to have mad about a snack. And then it's going to end him or he for that guy. Because I need a very small word for nuts. What can I think of is mad? And we're going to put it about a snack. A tapper. We weren't warned. Normally we're warned if there's any particularly unusual words. Because Hex are actually quite generous like that. But there weren't any warnings with this one. A word for some very small nuts. Yes. First letter, please. Hollow. Let's see if it's M. M for... Mother. So let's say that nuts is mad. Nitwit. And it's got to end that guy. It's got to end he or him. So I need, let's say it's he, just because we don't have that many letters to play with. Oh, it doesn't have to, it could be snack that guy. If you snack, you eat. As soon as I realised that mad could be about everything, this clicked into place. If you snack, you nibble, you eat. And that guy is he. Eat he in mad, meathead for a nitwit. There we go. Meathead. Great fruit fights. Great fruit fights. GS. 8 letters. Not really, but it is. It's a known word, but it's not one that we particularly use. Probably known just from American culture in the UK. Great fruit fights. I've got my stress sprout. Great. Great could be large, so big banana. And of course could be plural, so great bananas. Fruit, that fruit is plural, isn't it? Fights. Contretemps. Wars. Spats. Okay. So Faddy may have it. Hollow definitely has it. First letter. Fruit could be a plural, Sean. Is that a useful? Because, you know, I've got 6 fruit here. Okay. First letter, please. G? Good. Is it good? And then good plum. Good date. Good... figs, bananas. I know at least 6 fruit. Next letter, please. Okay. Can great just be GR? Groranges. Okay, so great can be GR, so I need fruit now. So bananas, apples. It's apples. For grapples! For some reason, I think of apples as the first fruit. Because it's one of the first alphabetically. Is it the first fruit alphabetically? Oh, task for you. What's the first fruit alphabetically? But also, it's just whenever I think of fruit, the first fruit I usually think of is an apple. The second fruit I usually think of is an orange. And the third fruit I think of is a banana. What are your first fruit? Acai. Nice. An aardvark-shaped pear. Dear. State capital announced. Okay. So this is going to be a 5-letter state. Maine, Idaho. Grauple. Grauple is not in a lot of dictionaries, but Grauple... rarely we get it, but yes, it's very, very small hail that isn't particularly hard. It's like sleet that hasn't quite melted. Maine. Is it Maine? Maine? Why would it be Maine? Why is it Maine? State is Maine. Oh, really, Meredith? It's nice. Yes, Grauple is the thing. Why is it Maine? Maine. Why is Maine capital? Like it's its main city. It's its capital city. That's the bit I don't get. HN Maine. Primary. Okay. Play at rummy, discarding 1 ace, fittingly. Yes, I've got this one. That's actually quite a nice surface. Play at rummy, discarding 1 ace, fittingly. Oh, yes, and I should have said that it sounds like, because of the announced. So it sounds like main, M-A-I-N. Hollow's got it. I want to give it to someone else because Hollow has done so much good work. Actually, because Hollow's given so much good work. Hollow, you could just say this one. Go for it. Good evening, Warblejay, by the way. Hope you're doing all right. Aptly, it's anagram of play at, but we're going to discard. I get rid of one of the A's from the aces, so we just had an anagram of 5 of those 6, and it's fittingly, which is aptly. Sorry, Catus. HV, aptly. I praise entirely in French. Praise entirely in French. Okay, yes, fine. You will need to know some French for this. It is. It's, yes, if something's rum, you know, it's dodgy. So if it's rummy, it's still dodgy. Hollow's got this one. Come on, Catus, you can get this one. Praise entirely in French. It depends if you speak French. If you don't speak French, you will not be able to get this clue. Because basically it's a double definition. One word means praise, and the other, it's the word meaning entirely in French. Ah, fair enough. Go for it then if you know what all or entirely means in French. Come on, tout le monde, all the world, tout, T-O-U-T. And if you praise something, you tout. To-dos in Spanish. There you go. And I know it's todos or whatever it is. I-K, yes. I-S. Biblical books accuracy found wanting initially. Okay, so it's going to be a word meaning accuracy, but we're going to take off the first letter and we're going to get a biblical book. Is that right? So, 4-letter biblical books, Mark, John, Acts. Is facts accuracy? I'm going to go with Acts. Do we agree, Crossword Angel Catus? Because accuracy, to me, feels like fact rather than facts, but I'll take it. Oh, no, I prefer yours, Crossword Angel Hollow. I prefer that. There we go. I prefer that. An accuracy is a truth. I much prefer that. Yeah. Well done. Warehouse damaged tent rope. Warehouse damaged tent rope. That's got to be an anagram of tent rope. Use your anagram skills. Tent rope. And it's a warehouse. Oh dear, gonna have to write it down. Tent rope. Top. Ooh. Note. Pert note. Open trot. It's open tret, unfortunately, but good enough. It's got to end ent, right? Poterant? Repotent? Don't make me get the stress sprout out. Not... It's a weird word, says Arch. Oh, hang on. Got it. Entrepot. It's that, isn't it? Entrepot. Which I have absolutely no idea what it means. I mean, it's not also JS, so let's move it up one. But that's what it is. I didn't know that is a warehouse. So there we go. I've just tried to use my stress sprout as the mouse. Didn't work. Okay. Entrepot. I'm just looking that up in the dictionary. I mean, yeah, it's going to mean warehouse, but it might mean something else. It's a depository for goods, a port where merchandise can be imported and then exported without paying tax. So it's an in-between pot, entrepot meaning between, to store among, to place among, or between. That's why. Have I put JK in the wrong place? Yeah, I didn't want to put it there. I didn't want to put it there because I don't know what I did. There we go. Short-tempered sorts, malice, about tree. Okay, so the tree is going to be like an elm or an oak or something like that. An ash, maybe, because it might be something head. Malice, spite. What if malice was spite? I'm going to put that about spite. Ash. Oak, yew, elm. For a short, so I'm after someone who's short-tempered. Is wrong. Thank you. Don't know why I put it there. Right, crossword angel, first letter, please. Short-tempered sort. Feels like the definition. We're going to have malice about a tree. That's how I feel like it's working. It's just finding... oh, it's going to be flipping spite, isn't it? Malice. Probably spite. Fir. Is it a fir tree? Spitfire. Yes. Wow. So if you put fir in spite, you get spitfire. That's one heck of a lovely transformation. I like that. So a spitfire must be a hot-headed person, a short-tempered sort. There we go. Let's try the downs. Now, one thing to remember is that... Oh, Batman's in this clue. Don't tell Sensei, but Batman is in this clue. One of these letters may disagree. There may be one clash. So just bear that in mind, that not all these letters may be correct for the down. Fighter of Batman, so probably Joker or Riddler or something like that. Tossing and turning in bed. Fighter of Batman, tossing and turning in bed. I am a very active sleeper, by which I mean, you know, I probably go no more than half an hour before I have to turn around like a whirling dervish and just wrap myself up in the blanket and become like a human kebab with my duvet. Anyway, you didn't need to know that, but there you go. So, Riddler, Joker, Penguin, Gak. Oh, first letter from everyone, please, Arch. Batman is, of course, in Turkey. Ooh. So, okay. So, Fighter Batman, Catwoman, then. Catwoman is only 8 letters, though. We need 9. I don't know, but it's like this stress sprout. Sorry, cat person, yes. Not Catwoman. Interesting. All I've got, if it starts with C, all I've got now is Camembert. Tossing and turning in bed. So... I'm trying to think of what tossing and turning in bed. Oh, a bed could be a cot. Okay, so I thought it was just 2 definitions. Fighter of Batman, tossing and turning in bed. But bed can be cot, so we need tossing and turning in bed. It's going to end in a T and begin with a C. Tossing and turning. Fidgety. So, can I have the next letter from everyone who has got it? I know. I'm just wondering where the O goes. Okay, the O goes next. So it's CO something. I need a 6-letter word for tossing and turning. Which... impatient. So it's going to go... Oh, combatant. Combatant? Why would it be? Oh, it's an anagram of Batman, isn't it? Batman is tossing and turning. So anagram of Batman in cot, combatant. Nice. Okay, and we do indeed have a clash. So we've got M and A. I'll try and do the crosses first, down second. And there's your combatant. So we've got our first one there. I think I will highlight it. No, it says to highlight stuff later. It'll be fine. Bridge sequence. Excuse me. Bridge sequence with a gap of 2 cards. Bridge sequence with a gap of 2 cards. Bridge could be a particular bridge. It could be like Rialto. It could be bridge. Could be span. Bridge could be pontoon. That sort of. No, it isn't. But sequence. Sequence is a run of something, isn't it? A could be A. Gap of 2 cards. What is going on there? Sequence with a gap of 2 cards. Can card be C? So we can take 2 C's out of something. It's Jingle Bells, Jingle All the Way. No, our version is, I think, because of The Simpsons, Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, Robin Laid an Egg. What's the thing about a tomato? There's a rhyme that we do with something with the tomato. Oh, happy birthday to you, squash tomatoes in the stew. I think that's sort of the only thing. First letter, please, for the Downs. This is going to go here. Oh, fair enough. T. 10 ace. 10 ace? Even though there's Jack, Queen and King in the middle, which is 3 cards. But 10 ace seems to be what I'm currently thinking. In bridge, whist and similar games, a pair of cards in one hand which rank immediately above and below a card held by an opponent. So that would be like a bridge sequence. So that is a bridge sequence with a gap. That is the definition. And 2 cards are your 10 and your ace. That's how that works. Okay. Change jailbirds self-included. Change jailbirds self-included. Is these 5? Change jailbirds self-included. Oh, okay. I don't know enough of the rhyme to get to the Joker bit. Self is I. Jailbirds. Something IND. Not necessarily, because there can be a typo in the IND bit. A clash. Change. Amend. Me. Amend. Can jailbirds be and? Or end? Because you can amend and you can emend. So if you put me in end or and, we get change. But what's jailbirds? Is there some prison slang, lovely prison slang for end or something? That they're the No, okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to come back to that one. I know that Faddy has it and Meredith and Archie are all getting it, but I'm going to come back to that one just to leave a bit of work to do when we come back to the second pass. Heard stray in ancient city. So it goes here. So we're after an ancient city, and it's going to sound like a stray. The stray is going to be wrong. So if you stray, you go off the garden path, you roam. I'm just going to put it in. That is Rome, R-O-A-M, but it sounds like that, so it's R-O-M-E, in the ancient city. I do, and I did, Catus. Hooray. Well done. Mind the gap, everyone. Goes downhill fast, having finally given in to swamp vapour. So this is a Q. So it's sort of goes downhill fast, having finally given in to swamp vapour. Marsh gas? This is not 7 down. This is Q down. I'm afraid. This is not 7 down. Don't make the rules. Actually, I can't see where my can is either. Oh, no, it's here. It's here. But anyway, Q down. Actually, this is a Q down anyway, isn't it? So, no, I drank the last one yesterday, Sean. Disappointing. But we could have DNL, of course. Have we got an N and an L with a D in it? No, N and L are the same. Anyway, goes downhill fast. Nose dives. No. That's a shame. Having finally given into swamp vapour. Going to come back to... No! The last time you ordered me soda, Sensei did order me some soda, ordered 24 cans. Only 23 and a half of the cans successfully made it here. Also, they got delivered to my poor 85-ish-year-old neighbour who lives upstairs, who struggles to lift things. And soda weighs a lot. 24 cans of soda weighs a lot. So, you mean Sensei. It was the postal service that delivered it to the wrong address. I don't know why. But, yeah. Arm pusher with some cheese. Arm pusher with some cheese. Limburger. It's got to be Limburger. Arm is a limb and a pusher is an urger. There you go. Someone was talking about Limburger cheese to me yesterday. How weird is that? In the Taiji stream. So there we go. Mounts some author's essays. Yes, this is my favourite. It's my favourite. It's going to go in here. It's hidden in author's essays. It's horses. I've ignored something. I don't know what I've ignored because I ignored it. Sorry. It's because I got excited about Limburger. Summary return of Restless Walker. Yep, okay, got this one. Summary return of Restless Walker. I've got AV. Oh, queue up, yes. Oh, the queue. That was very 2022, wasn't it? The queue. Go for it, Meredith. Go for it, Arch. Summary return of Restless Walker. If you're a Restless Walker, I do. Please tell me I'm not the only one that does this. When I'm on the phone, I pace. You know, just if I'm on the phone, I can't sit down and have the call. I have to be standing up and I have to pace. I can't do it. Goodness knows what I would have done in the times before mobile phones. Or just a very long cord, I guess, between the handsets. Oh, I'm not surprised, Neil. I'm really not surprised. But it's pacer backwards, which is recap, which is a summary. I guess there are times when I'm really strict and well-behaved and I manage to sit down, but I have a phobia is not the right... Well, I guess it is. I don't like using the phone to call people if I can be overheard, and if I can... I don't know how I would have ever used it if I needed it as to do it as part of my daily life in a business context, if other people could have heard me. Really don't know. So anyway, I'm glad that I don't need to do that. Cruise south and suffer. Cruise south and suffer. So it's, at the moment, blank A, blank, blank. Yes! And then, when you fiddle with the chord, somehow... it does a loop that then doesn't ever work again. Sort of somehow it flips on itself. And how does it do that? Cruise. Tom. Yeah, for Tom Cruise. If you cruise, you run, you rev. Suffer. Ale. Can cruise be ale? A-I-L? Cruise. Just you cruise, you idle along, you suffer. Oh, so suffer is ale. And so it's S, it's the wrong way around. Cruise is to sail. South is S, suffer is ale. Put them together. What do you get? You get sail. A-Y, awesomely slimy blue liquid. That's got to be an anagram of slimy blue. And that's liquid is your anagram indicator. You know, it's all liquid. It's all very, it's like a Brussels sprout. So anagram of slimy blue. Anagram of slimy blue. Got it. Begins with S. Where does it go? It goes here. Yes, you may need to put a space in got for this one. Wonderful. Go for it in the chat. Go for it in the chat if you think you got this one. It's an anagram of slimy blue. It means awesomely. And now I understand why you're saying under the sailor. Sublimey. Sublimely. Yeah, well done. And well done for not shouting gay. Which is not an insult because I am. So there. BL. Ah, the sailor. Yeah, very good, Katus. Very good. BL, where does it go? It goes here. And it's 9. Well, that looks very much like the word Parthenon. And we know there are no spelling mistakes because we've already got a spelling mistake in this region with the MA here. Leave poultry at Greek temple. So that's leave, part, hen is the poultry, and on must be at. But Parthenon. BR, which is also 9 letters. That's here, which looks like the word dissident. Objector, dissident. Insisted on reforming about 500. So that's an anagram of insisted about another D for 500 in Roman numerals. Dissident. Or here is Susie from Countdown. Dissident. BT. Prove capable wrong about error. 1 certainly. BT. Prove capable. Feels like the definition. Wrong about error. 1 certainly. So something up, assuming that both those letters are correct, and I'd be surprised if either of them are wrong. Prove capable feels like it's the definition, but what's the certainly doing there? 1 certainly, numbers up. Wrong feels like anagram of Error. Error can just be E, can't it? So it's an anagram of about E, and then 1 certainly. First letter, please. Prove measure up. Hang on, it's measure up. Why is it measure up? Prove capable is measure up. Okay, there's your Got the Wrong about error. 1 certainly. There you go. So E is error, A is 1. Sure for certainly. Will you do that? Certainly. Sure. Measure up. BZ. BZ. 9 letters again. That Y feels like it's in the wrong place. Let's find out. Goddess. Redistributed. Men's money. It's the T that's wrong. Because it's... Oh, no. I don't know. It's going to end Zine. It's funnily enough, it's the goddess of memory. Because it's where we get the word that I can't remember for when you make the first letters mean something. Not a metronym. Not a metronome. This is irritating the heck out of me. I'm deliberately not looking at the chat. Mnemonic. Okay, mnemonic. Right. So it's NME, and I'm assuming it's M. Is it spelt MNEMOSYNE? Can I get a confirmation on that? Because all I've got is an anagram. MNEMOSYNE. Wow. Nemo's hidden in there. Yeah, good. We've got our next pair. Our next clash, so we know that all the other letters in this region are correct. MNEMOSYNE. I don't know how to say it, but I'll end Zinni. Oh yes, it entered a vowel. Well done if you said that. EP. EP. So it starts here, and it is 6 letters. Auditors gone clear from the bottom. Auditors gone clear from the bottom. Is that right? EP, yeah, that's where it starts. So it starts on the Z, which may not be right. 11,000 coins goes to Catus. Well, the Z may be wrong, because we might get a clash in... We still need a clash in one of those squares up there. So, auditors. So it's gone clear, but it sounds like it, and it means from the bottom, something up, pre-up, from the bottom. Yes, it's either S or Z that is lengthy. We didn't really understand why, but it definitely is that. So is that definitely either a Z or an... I'm going to come back to this. No confirmations, please. I think on this one, we'll come back to it. We'll be able to cope. Laurel, around head of upper Volta's central ruler. EX. Sultan, because it's Stan Laurel. Around head of upper Volta's... okay, so it's Sultan, but it's U for up, the head of upper, and Volta is central. The central letter of Volta is L. That's clever. And you get a Sultan, and now we know that it's the Spitfire, the IN of Spitfire, that is the clash there. Irritate, help at first, in restaurant. Irritate, help at first, in restaurant. That's F-O. F-O. Okay, I think we're going to get something going on here. Funnily enough, Hollow, that... No! 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 You're all being mean now. Sensei. Naughty Sensei. For permitting the term GTF. Ridiculous. Irritate. That does irritate, actually. Help at first is H, and we're going to put that in a restaurant. So a cafe. There we go. So that T is the clash. H in cafe for chafe. Oh, dear. We do need to have an audit of all of our permitted terms that we've allowed over the years, because we've allowed some really interesting ones that we really probably shouldn't. That just make temporary. Special love of parody. Special love of parody. Oh, Sensei, why did you have to tell them about my rash? It was a joke. I know you're Won't stop going on about my rash, but I did have a rash at one point, and yes, it did clear up. Having said that, I now have very dry shins. Or at least my right shin in particular is very dry. Special love of parody. Okay, yeah, this is fine. This is a bit tighter, isn't it, Catus? So, got for work. Caroline, what do you think it is? I'm going a bit quicker now. Caroline, what do you think it is? And poker. Special can be SP. I don't really know why, but it can. Love is O in tennis, which we're doing. Of is of. Parody, spoof. And this gives us this. Got a clash there. So we know that everything else in that section works. Touch horn on the way back. Touch horn on the way back. That's a butt. That's a butt. And it's tuba on the way back. That's a butt. That's a butt. That is a general sigh in Hans's direction. And unfriendly in quarantine, that's anti. It's a hidden. Oh, that's 2 hiddens that I've found so far. Oh, I meant to do a little hidden thing. There were 4 last time, and I successfully spotted 0, so I'm 0 for 4. I'm now 2 for 6 with these 2 that I've found. Unfriendly in quarantine, it's literally hidden in quarantine, and it's unfriendly, it's anti, and it's going to go here, and we've got, that is our one there. Okay, here we go. So let's see what we could do. Something played in court with round object outside when summer's close. Oh, did it? Did I? GU. Oh, I did. Oh, no. Okay. So that T's not there. Fine. Okay. So we haven't got this one yet. Fair enough. Something played in court with round object outside when summer's close. Summer's close is R. That is there. Whenever. I don't know. When. First letter, please, because it may not be C, but I think it is C because court is CT. We need abbreviation for court. So something played is your definition. Court is CT, so first letter is C. Good. Round object, orb. Outside whenever summer's close. Maybe it's RR because it's the close of whenever summer's. Something played could be just catch. Next letter, please. It's going to be CA. CO. Okay. Round object. Is that round object just going to be an O? Outside whenever summer's close. Next letter, please, because we'll just get confirmation on the T if it is there. Oh, okay. We have our clash. Something played. So it could be an instrument, it could be a part. In court. Something played in court could be coronet, maybe? Cornet? No. Next letter, please. And the letter is C. Something played in court with round object outside whenever someone's... I'm just not getting this. What is the definition? Is it something played? Oh, it's concerto. Now, why is it concerto? Something played in court with round objects. So that's court is CT and your round object is just an O. Outside whenever, which is once, and summer's close, which is R. Wow. Concerto. Okay. Seamstress put in netting for games. So that's going to be lacrosse. It's going to be lacrosse because that's your game. Now, why? Seamstress put in netting. Lace. Why is the seamstress Ross? As in Betsy Ross is a well-known seamstress in Americana. Fair enough. Fair enough. DS. Prison farm surrounded by groundwork. Well, that must be the Bastille for the prison. Prison? So that's your definition. Farm. If you farm the soil, you till it. I was on the right lengths. And groundwork is base. Lay the groundwork, do the base. There we go. Still not sure on dozes yet. And that's all the acrosses, isn't it? So it's just the downs. And change jailbirds, self-included. That D doesn't look right now, but you never know. Self is I. Jailbirds, condors. Self is ego. Okay, so we know it starts C. That has to be correct because we've got where the clash is in that concerto bit. So it starts with C. Nah. Can. Is it can? Cans? For jailbirds? Like, is a jailbird a can in some way? Con. It's a con. A jailbird is a con. And we're putting I in it. But, oh, so changes coins. I had entirely, like if you change, you edit something. No, spare change, like coins. There you go. So cons are jailbirds. Self is I. Put that in. There we go. AQ. Goes downhill fast. Having finally given into swamp vapour. Toxic something or other? No. It's a rough one, is it? Okay. For EN, hang on. We haven't got to EN. What? Well, we'll get to EN in a bit. EN is a rough... Oh, I see what you mean. So it's not dozes. Okay. So that had no crosses. That and that. Okay. Having finally given into swamp vapour. Okay. So we know it starts T-O. We know that all the letters, the T, the O, and the I are correct. Okay. Goes downhill fast, like skis. If you ski, you go downhill fast. Topple. Something ant. That's true. That is true. That is true. Oh, so that means that I could now have a clash in this. Okay. Whew. First letter, please, is T. Can I have the second letter as well? So T. I mean, toxicates, intoxicates. T-O. Okay, so the O is good. having finally given in to swamp ape. Next letter, please. And it's going to be the X, isn't it? I'm so confident that it's toxic or something like that. No! Right. T-O-B and then 6 more letters. Goes down. There are no words that start T-O-B. Toblerone. Is it Toblerone? Next letter, please. TB. Okay, so we've now got our clash. T-O-B-O. Goes downhill. Bottoms. Like bottoms out. Next letter. I'm not sure I know this word. Do I know this word? Do I know this word? Oh. And that's why it slays you. Love it. Okay, so it's toboggans. But why? So 2 is 2. Swamp is bog. And gas is vapour. And then we're putting finally given in it. Oof. Wow. Balbo Boggins. So EP. We've got EP here for 6. Auditor's gone clear. This P's got to be the clash, surely. From the bottom, auditor, checker, judge. Yes. From the bottom, clear from the bottom, wipe. From the bottom, something up. No. So we've just got these last 2 clues. The auditor's gone clear and tries to catch lengthy naps. The very top and very bottom of the clues. Snags. Is it snags for EN? Tries to catch lengthy naps? Slugs. Swags. Swigs. No, I don't know what you mean. And the auditor's gone clear from the bottom. I need that first letter. I need that first letter for that one. So please tell me EN, I think. Just tell me it, I think. I'm slightly defeated, but never mind. You watch me on the next crossword. You just watch me. This is... Oh! Why is it shags? Why? A shag rug. Okay, so the shag of a carpet, the nap of a carpet. Okay. Tries to catch. To shag is to chase baseballs. Wow. Definitely didn't know that. I'm adding that to my list of pickup lines. Okay. Fancy trying to catch a baseball? And they're just going to look at me because they're English and they don't know what I mean. Sensei is doing sterling work, adding balls, shag. All these terms are now permitted terms. Oh dear. So what have we got? We've got an auditor's gone clear. Oh, so is it going to be like clear up, treat, heal, that sort of thing from the bottom? What's this next letter? That's what I want to know. Gone clear. Aerated. Away. It's gone away. from the bottom. So anchors away up from the bottom. I didn't know that means from the bottom. Clever. There we go. So that is away. Where there's a will, of course. Auditor is the sounds out thing. Okay, we now have 10 of these letter pairs. We're going to start with the leftmost one, which is this MA. So you can see ridiculous number of instructions, but basically we now need to form a back and forth sequence across the net. We're going to remove one letter, and it's from the down entry in this case. So I'm going to remove the down letter, stick it down here, and then I'm going to highlight and I highlight the other one, don't I? Remove one letter and circle its duplicate among the right side's pairs. Remove the other letter from the second pair. Oh, I'm going to highlight it just in case that we know it's that one. So the A, starting with the leftmost pair, remove the A and circle its duplicate, which is here. Remove the other letter from the second pair. So we keep the A and we drop the T. Now we find a T here. There may be more than one, but I think there's only one. Oh no, there is one T. So it's either the N or the C, and both of those can go across. So we're not entirely sure which of those it is. So if it was the N, we'd go over here, and then we'd be left with an I, O. Okay. I mean, I've got an idea of where we're going with this, but I'm not convinced yet. So we've taken out the T, so let's go here, because then we can go to the C, and then there's the H, and then there's the P, and then there's the O, and then there's the I, and then there's the N, and then there's the T. I feel like that is a whole sequence. If I went the other way to this T, that would be an N, an I, an O, a P, an H, yeah, we have to end this, don't we? So this has to be the last one. There we go. So that's our logic. So we're going to go over here. We're going to keep the T but drop the N. So we're going to drop the N. And now we're going to go over here to find the N. We're going to keep the N and drop the I. No? No, I can reverse. Do I reverse? Do I reverse? I do the reverse. I'm being told do the reverse. Okay. So, keep the A, drop the T. So I'm now going to here. So keeping the T but dropping the C. Which was there, was it? I've already lost it. Was it there? I'm assuming it was there. Yeah, it's got to be there. The C over here is here. So we keep the C and drop the H. Keep the H, drop the P. This is fine. I'm happy with this. I am paying attention to myself. Keep the P and drop the O. Keep the O and drop the I. Don't know why we have to do this. Surely it should be just take one of the two things. N. Keep the I and drop the N. Deliberately not looking at the chat, I do apologise. Keep the N and drop the T. Keep the T and drop the N, which forms the circle. And that, spelt out in order, match point. Start with the leftmost circle and repeat the bouncing trail to form an appropriate two-word phrase. To complete the puzzle, write that phrase in the shaded column. That is match point. And that is Cryptic Tennis by Hex. Huzzah. I feel like this was a slightly convoluted way of doing it. I feel like it should have been just... Catch Point was a good show. Is it still going? Ooh, I don't think it is. I don't know. Might be. I feel like there was a better way of like chain them together or something like that. Chain a rally together or something like that. But back and forth, yeah, because it was this side and this side, MATCHPOINT. So that worked, but I feel like there was probably a more succinct way of explaining it, something to do with like chaining it together or something. But anyway, lovely little puzzle. Nice to have a puzzle where I can actually put answers in to start off with, because the past few have all been a sort of jigsaw-y. But there we go. That is Cryptic Tennis by Hex.